Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to submit the app to the App Store. And so firstly we need to deal with the provisioning profile. This is the code signing feature that Apple uses to ensure that your app actually comes from you. So firstly, go to developer.apple.com, follow the link to the Member Center, follow the link to certificates, identifiers and profiles, follow the link to provisioning profiles. Now we're going to assume that Xcode has automatically set up your certificates for you, which in modern versions of Xcode it should do. So we'll go to Distribution Provisioning Profiles. We'll tap plus to add a new one. So this is an App Store distribution profile. The app ID is the WallBrowser one we created earlier in a previous video in the app identifiers section of the certificates, identifiers and profiles portal. So we'll select that and tap continue. We'll select the certificate and the profile will be WallBrowser distribution profile. Great, that's done. Now we need to download the profile. It's a very small file, very simple to download. So we'll just click that to open it. That opens it in Xcode, which doesn't appear to have done anything, but it has installed it for us. We will now verify that it installed it correctly, because it's good to keep a close eye on these things. So what we need to do is go to the folder called squiggle/library. The squiggle is also known as a tilde. That is your home folder. So we'll go to library, mobile device, provisioning profiles. As you can see, this is the folder path. And here are your mobile provision files. Now, since they don't have names, you need to use a quick look plugin to figure out which they are. I'll show you that. Here is a quick look plugin that you should install. All the instructions are here. Just remember Chockenberry provisioning and install that. And once you've got that installed, you can click on the files and press the spacebar to do your standard quick look and scroll through them. So this is a different profile, and here it is. This is the WallBrowser one. So you can see that it is the Wallhaven app ID. I called it Wallhaven in an earlier video instead of WallBrowser. That's the correct team name, and this all looks fine. You can scroll through it if you want. The interesting thing here is the application identifier that this provisioning profile is valid for. It's only valid for com.splinter.wallbrowser, which is what we want. Next, we'll go into Xcode and get everything set up there. So firstly, we need to check the build settings. So you click on the project, your target, build settings, all and levels, so you get full information. And scroll until you see code signing, which I'd already scrolled to. And the provisioning profile, it's usually fine to leave that at automatic. And for the release version of the app, you want to change that. I'll change it down here at the project level to iOS distribution. Next, we'll check the version number. This version number here has to match the version number in iTunes Connect, which is 1.0, so that matches. And the build number, I typically recommend putting the date in year, month, day format here. However, you can put in whatever you want. The only thing is that whenever you upload a binary to the App Store, it has to have a different build number. So even if the version number is the same. So if you do 2 build uploads on the same day, you might want to put a B or a C on the end of the date. But personally, I like to put in, what's today's date? the year, month, day. That's the way I prefer. Great, now we can produce an archive. So you go to your simulated options and set it to the actual iOS device. That enables this archive command. Next we do archive. And it opens up the organizer in the archives tab to show you what it just created. Here we can now submit that to the App Store. You choose your team. The only interesting thing here is that you want to include your app symbols. This basically sends some of your compiled source files up to Apple so that whenever people report crashes for your app, Apple can give you more accurate crash reports back that are a bit easier to understand because they'll tell you which line of code the app crashed on rather than just a number. So we'll submit that. And you wait for it to upload. This usually takes quite a while actually. So I'll edit the video to skip over this. And there we have it. The app has been submitted to iTunes Connect. However, there's one more step we need to perform. Firstly, you should take a break of maybe 5 minutes. Go grab yourself a coffee, as it takes a while for your app binary to work its way into iTunes Connect. But after you've had a bit of a break, come in, go to your app, scroll down to the builds area. You have to tap plus, and this is where you select the build that you just uploaded from Xcode. So that's the version number and that's the build number. And now you can save that. And you can submit for review. Now it asks you a few final questions. So you need to answer these as best you can. There's no crypto in this. Yes, it does show third-party content. Yes, it's permitted to do so. And no, it doesn't use the advertising identifier. Submit. And you'll see the app has now moved to waiting for review state. This means that it's now in the queue and Apple's reviewers will get to it as soon as they can. I usually, at this stage, go to appreviewtimes.com and see what the current review trend is. And it looks like 8 days. So that includes weekend days as they do reviews on Saturdays and Sundays. So today plus 8 days is when the app should get reviewed, and with any luck, it'll get approved. Great. So that's how you submit an app to the App Store. Thanks for watching.